funny because I'm like a little disappointed for many a reason. I do have to say, what if there's another cliffhanger? And I will treat you because you stayed till the very end. We'll see if it puts me in a reading slump. You are not ready for this transformation. Are you ready? Are you ready? On a count of 3. 1, 2. What's up, friends? I am gonna try and catch up on my reading goal in the next 48 hours. Wish me luck. First of all, I need y'all to be proud of me because I woke up early for this. Thank you. I'm thinking let's go over TBR because I am currently 8 books behind on my reading goal, so that means I gotta read 8 books. What I can't believe is that my reading goal this year was literally to read a book a week, and somehow in the last 2 months I've only read 1 book. I feel like my reading era has ended and I'm trying to get it back. But I did want to share a collaboration I am doing with Ana Luisa before jumping into the TBR and this reading challenge because they are awesome and it's a part of my morning routine, especially like days like today where I didn't feel like getting dressed very well. I like to do like my hair, my makeup, and my jewelry, and for some reason that just brings out a whole new personality. And I'll share this really cute jewelry organizer. I got it from Amazon. I don't know why, just fun to come over here and look at my jewelry. Maybe because I didn't grow up in a household that anybody ever wore jewelry, so I missed out on feeling like very fancy. And I did my nails recently for a commercial shoot, so I feel killer. Oh, you can see the ring I got from Ana Luisa. But I just love picking out shiny, pretty jewelry. It's just a vibe. So every day I try and pick out some rings, like a little what's this called? Bracelet? Literally, mascara and rings just make me feel like I can take on the day. Like I can take on this reading challenge. Best part about Ana Luisa is that they are carbon neutral and cute as hell. If you were interested in spicing up your wardrobe with some fancy jewelry at a discounted price, hit the link below. And thanks again to Ana Luisa for supporting my small channel. By clicking the link in my description box, you are also supporting me, so highly recommend doing that. And I just feel very grateful to consistently work with Ana Luisa, especially because they're really funding my jewelry glow up, to be honest. They're the only ones who believe that I could be cute, I guess. Okay, the reason I want to do this challenge is, yeah, I'm very much behind on my reading goals and I have been book shopping like no other. So here are actually just 2 books I recently purchased, and I knew one I was going to purchase. This is one book that I have been very much looking forward to. So it is Black Girls Must Have It All, which is the 3rd book in a trilogy of Black Girls Must Die Exhausted, which chef's kiss. I love that series. It is messy like me. And oh my god, I remember the ending to the 2nd book. Wild. So I feel like it's gonna pick up right where we left off, running somewhere in a crisis. This series, we're following Tabitha at the beginning of her journey. She is trying to get a promotion at work. She's dating. She thinks she found the right guy who checks off all her boxes to, you know, get married soon, all this stuff. And then she realizes that she has to have kids now or freeze her eggs, which is a very expensive and just like big decision to make. Obviously she's trying to figure out all these things. Her romantic life goes to ruin. Like, it just gets messy hella fast. And she's also dealing with a racist ass job as a journalist. Like, she's always felt that she couldn't have her hair natural and out. So it talks about a lot of really great things, and I just can't wait to see the conclusion. I hope she finds happiness. But if you like books with great girlfriend groups, I highly recommend this one. And the next book that I bought, but I think I'm going to try and read today or tomorrow, is Everybody is Looking. I didn't realize this book was in verse, which I love. So open verse, a story can still tell a narrative, like you could still follow a character's journey and what they're thinking and doing, but it's just written way more poetically. So I'm very excited for this book in particular. It is about a girl leaving to her first year of college, and her mom has an addiction, and the young girl is figuring out her sexuality and like where she belongs in the world. And I was just like, ooh, okay. Then I also have Honey Girl. There's gonna be so much black lit in this, and I'm so happy. I am already, let's see, 117 pages into this, so I definitely want to finish it. I'm in the middle of so many books. I need to finish some of them. I don't know what I'm doing. In Honey Girl, we are following our main protagonist, whose name is Grace. I always forget names. She's a PhD student. She just graduated, and she's just realizing the difficulties of getting into the workforce. She kind of thought it would be easier. She's like, I did all the work. I did 11 years of school, and now I'm done, right? Wrong. Life is hard no matter what. But she's a type A, very organized person. She is a porter. She's raised by a military dad who literally refers to him as Colonel. Yes sir, no sir kind of situation. Things are falling apart, and she goes to Vegas and gets hitched. That's the beginning of our story, kids. I also have some smaller books here. I have Corazon, which is a poetry collection about love. Then I have a really fun novel that's also written in verse, free verse. I'm Dreaming of You, and Selena, the pop star, gets like reincarnated to help this lonely girl deal with her heartbreak. It just seems really fun. The last physical book, I have 3 Rooms. This book is inspired by Virginia Woolf's A Room of One's Own, which is a feminist novel all about women being able to be writers if they have their own space, and why men conquer most businesses is because they are allowed the space and women are typically not. And that was me really watering down that idea. So I'm really excited to read this. It's also, again, a short novel. I mean, honestly, if I could just read all of these, that would be fantastic. But I also got some manga to read. As for manga, I want to read volumes, I think the recent volumes of Prince Feyre are like 7 and 8, but I'm gonna go back and read like 5, 6, so that way I'm prepared, because I don't remember anything that happened. The main plot is that the Prince of Tyre is gonna be assassinated. He ends up finding this doppelganger, this girl named Farah, and she's close friends with some of the elite knights on the prince's team. After he gets assassinated, she ends up taking his place, and no one really knows. It's a big hush-hush secret thing, and she, a lonely crybaby, now has to take care of a whole country that is under attack. So it's a very interesting manga series. And the love triangle, I never cried so hard in the first chapter of a book. Now that we have the most beautiful breakfast of champions, I am going to read Prince Feyre, Volume 5. I honestly don't remember what happened in Volume 4, so I'm kind of hoping to remember. Oh, the art style, stunning. Look at it. The way this artist draws males, so fun. Also, there's a running gag about how flat-chested she is, which is always so interesting to me. Is this some jealousy we peeping? Ooh. Okay, I just finished Volume 5, and wow, was it way crazier than I remember. Definitely 5-star. This is such a 5-star series. If you're looking for a manga to get into and you like action, political intrigue with a sprinkle of romance, oh, I highly recommend Prince Feyre. I'm literally hopping into Volume 6 as we speak, but I just realized my library copy of Volume 7 and 8, they aren't available yet. I have to wait like 2 weeks. That's too long. What if there's another cliffhanger? There's a huge cliffhanger at the end of Volume 5, which I'm not too upset about, but like low-key it stressed me out. So what if Volume 6 also ends on another cliffhanger? You know what I mean? You know what I mean. Okay, y'all, I got my second cup of coffee. It's piping hot, as you can see, right? You can see all the smoke. Piping hot cup of coffee. Trying to keep the energy going. And now we're going into Volume 6 of Prince Feyre. I have gotten over my fear of what if it ends with a cliffhanger. I have just accepted that it's probably going to. I'm going to be a good, responsible reader and use my library, even though it's going to take a while. I'm dead inside. The fact that I can't have Volume 7 right now. I'm trying to save money, so I'm not gonna buy it. I'm gonna wait for my library copy. The politics in this manga, insane. Loving it. It's very much giving Yona of the Dawn. Oh, just the stakes are so high and you care for everyone so much. Like there's someone who is being attacked in this volume and you're just like silently sobbing for them. I guess that's it for manga reading today. What should I read next? Ooh, maybe I'll continue Honey Girl. If you're like me and you get kind of bored quickly, I mean all our attention spans are slowly being suffocated by the internet. A great way to help is eating. I know you're like technically not supposed to eat when you're bored, but I like to snack, and as a diabetic this is probably not a good thing, so I try and keep it sugar free. So this is a nice ginormous salad that I'm going to graze as I continue to read Honey Girl. Ooh, oh my god, completely unrelated to this vlog. I just got an audition that I am so excited for a really fun feature film. Okay, ew, that was a gross noise. I'm going to try my hardest to film it tomorrow and get it in super early because I want a callback, I want a book. So quick turnaround of a quality self-tape. Let's see if I can do it. I'm going to read and then work on getting off book, and they kindly sent me the script for the whole film, so I'm going to read it all. Can't share too many details with you, but I'm 10 pages into the script because like literally dropped everything to read the email, and I'm so excited for it. But yeah, first 10 pages look really fun and excited. Okay, I'll shut up. Let's get to reading. It has been a few hours and I just hit the 200-page mark in Honey Girl, and though I am loving this book for many a reason, I do have to say this is hitting too close to home. Being a hot mess. Everybody in this book is a hot mess. Too close to home. I want positivity. I want unrealistic positivity, please and thank you. But I will say I love how they're talking about real life. That when you have this grand scheme plan for your life and everything falls apart and you're like, oh my gosh, I still have to keep fighting and showing up every day to get rejected, for things not to work out, and just wanting something easy and peaceful. So I like that, but I also, I don't know, I hope they talk about the romantic situation between these two, because it does feel a little bit too easy. Because when your whole life is going to shit, we tend to have this idea that, oh, well, you'll find the one and they'll make life worth living. And that's kind of the vibe I'm getting from this. But that's not accurate. You can't just be like, you're the one thing that's easy in my life, and then only like live for them. That's a little creepy, you know what I mean? But I do have to go to work sadly, so hopefully I'll get a little bit more reading in at work, but hopefully finishing this tonight. Oh my god, I look like trash. Let's try and fix this real quick. Big bun better? How do we feel? Okay, I look okay? You promise? So friends, I wish I could say it's the next day, but do people say that Amflo comes into town anymore? Mother Nature's, she hit me real hard. So it's my next free-ish day. It's 1 p.m. It took all of my strength to get up and do this. I am now 9 books behind. I actually have some books that I have finished and want to talk to you about, like Honey Girl. And then I'm gonna try and read a lot of today. It's already almost 2 p.m. and I've been focusing on cleaning because I don't know if you're like me, but when you feel a hot mess, you start ordering takeout and just living in a pigsty. So this morning I've been cleaning up. I actually did already finish making my bed. Oh, she cute with my little turd pillow. And my desk, she clean. Oh, well, I need to like actually like wipe down now, but she clean. Yes, now it's just the point of the day where I have to like get ready, and I picked out a cute outfit because that's what's really gonna bring me to life. I'm gonna fix up my hair, I'm gonna put on some jewelry, I'm gonna brush my stanky ass teeth and I'm gonna get ready for the day, and I'll show you what I read, what I plan on reading today, and all that jazz. I really hope to catch up on my Goodreads goal. That'd be nice. I'd like to not be behind for once. Oh my god, I'm not showing you my face yet because you are not ready for this transformation. Are you ready? Are you ready? On a count of 3. 1, 2. What lipstick and jewelry can do. And like doing your skincare routine. Like still messy ass bun. Don't look too close. I'm crusty. But like, I'm ready to conquer the day now. What? Okay friends, it only took me all day to get ready, but let's talk books. So I managed to finish Honey Girl and I have some thoughts. Basically, it's funny because I'm like a little disappointed, but like for no good reason. This was a very touching story. It was really well written, very romantic, but I do think the heaviness of the topic took away some fun. So I would definitely wouldn't pick this up if you're looking for romance and fun and joy. I guess pick this up if you're having an existential crisis and you want to like trauma bond. And she does kind of get her ish together a little bit, and she's making decisions, she's making moves, and it's cool to see. I technically wasn't really in the mood for this. So it's a 4-star. Written beautifully. I thought the romance was cute, obviously very insta-lovey because they do get married after one drunken night in Vegas, and then they kind of start just trying to show up for each other. A very raw depiction of life, but explained so romantically. Like the way everyone explains their problems and stuff, they're very eloquent. And I'm just like, bro, if I was mad at my friend, I'd be like, you suck. I wouldn't be like, you know, because X, Y, and Z and the universe and the stars and it's just a little over the top. And I will say that took me out a bit. The whole lonely creatures and getting very existential and finding your purpose. I liked it, but I don't think that would ever be for me. I don't think I ever think that way. And I think it's cool to read stuff that's like that, but it just doesn't jive with me. So it was a 4-star, which kind of bums me out because I was kind of hoping this would be a new favorite, you know? Checking in with my TBR, so I've read 3 books, and I wrote my TBR on my post-it note. If you don't know, I live by post-it notes for some reason. Last you saw, I finished Prince Favorite Volume 5 and 6. Shook me to my mother effing core, but I don't have access to Volume 7 and 8 yet. It's been a few days, and still don't have access to it. Finished Honey Girl. Woo! I'm also going to do a page count at the end of this and see how many pages I read in the 48 hours. So I'm very excited. Now, you already saw me talk about the books that I want to read. I do think I might hold off on 3 Rooms because I don't know. I'm looking for joy and fluff. And I don't think I'm going to get joy from this. I think I'm going to get also existential big brain thoughts, and that's just not the mood I'm in right now. So I think I'm gonna tackle this one first, but this is also gonna be very existential. This one might be great. Self-love. I just want something fun. So I don't feel like I did a good job picking my TBR. So because Prince Favorite is not available to me, I was checking out my library and being like, what other books could I possibly read that were available right now? You know, like right now. And I found this series, Those Not So Sweet Boys, if it'll focus on the screen. I'm not too sure what this story is about, but I do tend to love mangas that focus high school and with a group of guys who befriend a girl, because I feel like those are always very fun, very like kind of witty. So I have no idea. I'm assuming it's gonna be one of those mangas where it's like, oh, she's a nerd and all the hot guys love her. I don't know why that's a trope in mangas. So, yeah. Okay, I have decided on reading Corazon. We'll see if it puts me in a reading slump. Hopefully not. Oh wow, the sunblock really make me dewy. I just finished Corazon, and oh, it kind of hurt a lot more than I thought it would. So it's definitely a woman's journey in finding love in herself and in others. It's very moving. It talks a lot about her relationships with guys and how she kind of falls in love easy and how she loves love and how that quickly turns into loving the wrong people, and also knowing you like those people or love those people so desperately even though they don't love you, and it makes it easy to have a lot of freedom. It just sounds mad complicated, and I bookmarked so many pages. There was a really I'm gonna say scary poem, because she was talking about how she gets her nails done real sharp so she can claw at people, and I was just like, whoo. But there's also some really, really good ones about love, and some that just made me very sad, because it was oh so true about how much you can love somebody and how they just don't love you back. That book definitely didn't give me reading slumps, so I'm very, very happy. So that makes 4 books down. And I don't know what I should read next. I think I'm gonna read a manga first and then dive back into the poetry vibe. Sounds like a smart move. Maybe I'll make a cup of coffee too. Very much jamming today. I really am enjoying this self-love. And then I think tonight I'll finish with reading a cute romance. We'll see. We'll see how it all pans out. It's literally 4 o'clock. I don't know where the day has gone, but it's going. The coffee has been secured. And look at that cute new mug. It's like marble. My friend got it. Thanks, Fran. Gotta download Libby on my iPad because I made a mistake earlier. Look at all those expired buns. Those not so sweet boys. Are they gonna be mean to her? Hopefully. I'm going to go ahead and read this manga, and I will tell you how I like it, and if it's good. I have the whole freaking series available on Libby, so let's get some reading in. I'm on page 3. Wait, let me turn off my music. Let me turn off my ambiance, because page 14. These boys helped this sweet little girl get her wallet back from some mean guys who were just gonna take her wallet and all her cash and her food money. So these 3 guys, who are the not so sweet guys, kind of help her out, get her wallet back. So she's like, oh, I gotta thank them. How cute. What a great way to start my high school years here. Next day they apparently all get suspended for smoking. They're all spoiled rich kids, and they're from the Yakuza family. And I just burst out laughing because I love it when mangas just go, they're gang members. I do feel like this is totally a rumor that students are spreading about these guys, but it was just like, that caught me off guard. I was not expecting that to happen in the, like, I don't know, 5 or 6 pages that I was reading, to be like, oh, they're so sweet, they helped me out, they're with the Yakuza. That was just, I had to share that. That was hilarious. Yay, I finished my 5th book. Whoop, 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 whoop. In volume 2, I'm gonna also find out that one of the guys is extra not sweet, but it's because he's protective. Basically, these 3 tough guys, some are like sons of gang members, not the Yakuza, that was just a rumor, and then one is a son of a big conglomerate, big business, so they're all wealthy and kind of privileged, and they get suspended, and then they don't want to go back to school, and the chairman of the school enlists this cute little innocent smart girl to go help them get back to school as a trade-off. Really weird manipulative tactic, because he kind of holds suspension over her head. It works. She gets them back to school, and now he's like, okay, now you help them graduate because you were so good at getting them into school. Now stick with them and make sure they graduate. This chairman is way too invested in these 3 guys, for 1, and 2, this poor girl already has to deal with her family debt, working a job. Her little brother cooks dinner at home because their mom is like a nurse and she works a lot of night shifts or double shifts. Too much pressure on this little bean of a girl. So far, it's very cute, and it's definitely giving the vibe of every shoujo manga I've ever read. It's not giving anything like extra cute, like I'm not shipping anyone extra hard or anything, if that makes sense. Like, I think mangas are kind of like romance novels in the sense that they can be trope heavy, the characters can be very similar, the storylines can be very similar, but normally the characters kind of give it something extra, something flavorful. And right now, I'm not getting any new flavors, you know what I mean? I think I'll keep reading it because it seems cute, and I hope the characters develop just a little bit more, like not just having our regular average girl who's smart and works hard, and then our privileged guys who are too cool for school. So I'm hoping it gives a little more. I'm not like must know, I'm more like he sounds like he's being protective of his best friend, and they're gonna resolve it in a chapter, and yada yada, extra drama for no reason. I think I'm gonna pick up Everybody's Looking. I imagine this will be a fast read, but I'm a slow reader, so this book might take me 3 hours, 4 hours. If I'm diligent, probably less time, but I'm not diligent. Also, y'all, if you don't follow me on Instagram, you totally should. I've been posting on my stories way more often, and I just got an email from one of my auditions saying that they liked my tape and they want me to retape and read for a different character, which is just amazing. It is one of the highest compliments you can get as an actor besides booking the role, because actors don't book every role that they audition for. They maybe book 1 out of every 10, 20, 100 auditions. So when they say you do a good job, whew, and they want to see you again, I feel like a pretty princess. I feel like I won the biggest award ever. Now I'm gonna get to reading this. I'm not too sure what this is about besides a young woman embarking on her freshman year of college, finding out her like identity, sexuality. I think her mom has an addiction. Yeah, mom's struggling with addiction. Nigerian father attempts to make a home for her. This means I don't know what's happening, but I'm happy to read it because I think it's gonna be a fun read. Okay, let's go. We also love floppy. Okay, I'm done. Okay, y'all, I got to page 70 of Everybody's Looking, and it's interesting because it is open verse. It's telling a narrative, but it's still very, very poetic. I'm liking it. I was kind of hoping for a little bit more attitude like in the Poetics. She definitely bit back a little bit more, and she used a lot of language that a young kid would when expressing themselves. And I feel like this is more of like her thoughts and interpretations of these moments that were happening. So we start off with her graduation. She's graduating high school, and we get a little bit of the experience of her mom being absent because of her addiction, not being welcome into their home, and the dad now having a new wife and having a very clear distaste for the mom. Also the dad being very, very religious. We have a flashback to middle school of them, like this family unit, not including the mom, finding a church, and the dad praying before every single thing, before crossing the road, before starting the car, before every meal. So it's very interesting, and it's clearly like something that doesn't help her in life. She doesn't see it aiding her. She sees it kind of as actually a hindrance because they run late to things because they're constantly praying, and she questions like, why can't I have my own strength to do these things? And she also questions why they're all male figures, like the Bible has all these men that you're supposed to listen to, and that this is God's word, and it makes her question her own strength, like why am I not strong enough to do these things by myself? But then, cool part is, in church, she realizes the beauty of dance, and she kind of gets obsessed with dancing, and she takes dance classes and all this stuff. So I'm really excited. I am 70 pages in, and now we're starting her college years. So I'm really hoping she gets to dance and explore more. I am a little bit worried about her parents really swaying her, because I think that's a huge thing that a lot of people, I guess people do talk about it, but how people will really influence you to do things in life, and it's not really what the individual wants, but it's what their parents want, or it's what they think society wants of them rather than what makes them happy. So I'm very interested to dive into this discussion. I am kind of hoping her language gets a little bit more, you know, she's young, she needs to live her life, like bite back. I hope she gets a little bit more into herself, and I want the language to show that, because right now it kind of sounds like an adult writing a kid's perspective, because she's only 17. I want to hear her say, my father's stupid, you know? Like, ew, not me, not I. I guess that's kind of what I was expecting, especially after having read something like Corazon, where she was talking about really biting back. And it's kind of written in a very similar way, where you'll get like long paragraphs of thoughts of like what she's thinking, but it doesn't have any attitude. Like, literally she'll be talking here about how she is going to bite down on people, scratch the shit out of them. And I know she's probably a little bit more tougher of a lady. She's in her 20s and 30s. This girl's 17. But I want to hear her voice. And I think that's like literally the whole point of this book. So hopefully the language starts to really illustrate that. Okay, friends, it's 8 p.m. and I didn't make much progress. I'm 100 pages in, and she's experiencing college and stuff, but I now have to do my hair. It's always like fighting tooth and nail to do my hair. I don't like doing it. It takes so many hours out of my night and day. It's just like someone else do it for me. So that's what I'll do. I just finished eating dinner, read about 30 more pages, and I'm going to sacrifice about 2 hours of my life just fighting the nest of tangles in the cranium. Woo! It is finally time for me to wrap up this vlog. I did finish this a few days ago. I just haven't wrapped it up for no good reason. So let's talk about all the books that I read. I'm so happy I did this challenge. It really helped me actually read. And now I'm in the reading mood, which is perfect for May since I do want to read 40 books in May because I'm crazy. You'll see that video coming out next. Let's talk about all the books I managed to finish. So I read volumes 5, 6, and 7 of Prince Pharaoh. I managed to squeeze it in. So exciting. Definitely a favorite manga series. Please check it out if you haven't checked it out already. Then I was also able to read volumes 1 and 2 of Those Not So Sweet Guys, which was a new manga I spoke about a little bit earlier in the vlog. Just a random pickup that felt very nostalgic. If you are also a manga consumer and you like Fruits Baskets and Oran Host Club, so more contemporary romance, no fantasy, and it's about like wealthy guys kind of facing their own privilege, but also because of their privilege they face a lot of hardship and they don't know love until this plain random flat-chested girl comes into their lives. I don't know what's up with mangas and them always ragging on women being like, you're so plain but you've got a heart of gold. In total I read 6 freaking mangas, which is fabulous. And then let's talk about the 3 physical books that I managed to read. So as you saw, Corazon, a lovely poetry collection that, I don't know, was just so touching. I ended up tabbing a lot of the pages. Let me see if I can find a short one to read to you, because there's some that are really gruesome. Is this one? Neon Nails. I keep these nails sharp. Sometimes when I'm making love to someone new, I dig into their skin just to see them flinch. The other day I heard you gave a new girl my old pet name. I laughed. Got my nails done again, searched for a new canvas to claw into them. If that doesn't convince you to try and check this book out, I don't know what will. Woo! Okay, so that was done, and that was about 84 pages. I also want to do a page count. So mangas are roughly like 160 times 6. That's a very high number. Plus 86 from the poems, plus the next book that I managed to finish, Honey Girl, which, as I kind of mentioned, was a disappointment just because I wanted it to be a new favorite, and I think a new thought process that I was kind of having is that I just felt like it was almost like so romantic to the point that it wasn't fun and there wasn't any tension. It just felt kind of quick and easy, even though there was so much tension. It didn't settle with me. The existential crisis, the having to work harder, that exhaustion, all that rawness was definitely there, but it didn't cause a lot of tension, especially for the romance, because the romance was just something completely different, but everything was so fluffy and magical. So it was just like a confusion ball for me personally. I just didn't like settle into the book, because you know there's some books that you just like settle into and you really love. I was hoping that this would be a 5-star. It's more of a 4-star, and as I'm reflecting on it, it might be more of a 3.5. Don't kill me, but that's just how I feel. And lastly, I managed to read 200 pages of Everybody Looking, and to be honest, still having the same feelings of, I love the book, I love its content, but I'm not loving the narrative voice. I think that's the one thing that's so cool about open verse, is that everything is so beautiful and said just to the point. There's not too much fluff, even though that might sound counterintuitive because open verse might seem more flowery, but normally in a lot of young adult writing, at least that I've read, it's more to the point and punctuated and expressive and has a lot of either attitude or just a lot of character quality to it, and I'm finding that this writing style isn't there yet, but I'm kind of hoping as the character develops, the character voice becomes more empowered and at the forefront, because right now it kind of just sounds like a documentary, almost like as if we're watching her and not like feeling with her, if that makes sense. That's such an odd thing. So let's see, Honey Girl was 293 pages, plus 200 for the ones I read and Everybody Looking, and I managed to read 1,539 pages. I don't know exactly if that page count is super accurate, but I read over 1,500 pages in 2 days. I'd like to thank the Academy. So yeah, this was a very fun challenge, and going into May, I am going to try and read the Ember and the Ashes series and read all of Yona of the Dawn. I'm going to be reading 40 books in May, so make sure you subscribe and like so you don't miss out on my future videos, because there's a lot of content coming, and I very much appreciate all of you who stuck here till the end. Make sure to comment down below. Ooh, what do you want to comment down below? If you stayed to the end of this video, comment down below what you're reading right now or what book you want to start reading. I love being nosy, and I will treat you because you stayed to the very end. I purchased one last book. I know. But I purchased The Fourth Wing, which is just a really stunning book. I was sold by Mika August, if you know. I don't know how you don't know. Queen of Booktube herself. Fourth Wing by Rebecca Yoros, I think is how you would say it. It's just, sounds like a epic fantasy, and reading the first page definitely sold me, and the aesthetic of this book definitely sold me. But yeah, very excited. Thank you for supporting me. It means the world to me. And yeah. Make sure to check out Ana Luisa, link down below. Clicking the link helps support my channel, and I'll also link down below my favorites from Ana Luisa. So yeah, make sure to go check them out. I really love that they continue to support my little small channel here in the corner of the YouTube. I'll see you guys very soon for all the May craziness. See you in the next one. Bye.